Randy McCamey resigned today from the head coaching position at Clinton High School. He released a statement basically saying he loved Clinton, but he felt it was just time for a change. He needed to move on and pursue some other interests. So, Coach McCamey's a Clinton guy. He grew up in Clinton, graduated and played ball there, was an assistant coach at one time, and been the head coach the last 3 years. Had a record of 8 wins and 23 losses, and did a lot of good things while he's at Clinton. And it's always tough when a coach resigns. Whatever side of the fence you're on, whether you supported him or not, it's always difficult. And we wish Randy nothing but the best from here on out, as he says he's going to pursue some other interests.
But on to a brighter note, Sleepy, we're joined here tonight by a group of great coaches and a group of good-looking young kids.
Right, we got a great show lined up here tonight. Joining us right now is the head coach of the NAGAF Hoppers, Mr. Carl Beatty. Carl, welcome to the show, and thank you for coming out and bringing your kids out fresh off a championship in the Hopper division.
That's right, and thank you very much for letting us be here tonight. We have 3 teams. We have the JV Hopper and the Hoppers and the Cutters, and they're all a great bunch of kids. NAGAF was an organization founded in 1971-72. NAGAF, it always confuses everybody, but it's North Anderson, Glen Alpine, Fairview communities. And the park was donated by some people in the community for underprivileged kids. And we still have many underprivileged kids we serve. And it's just a great opportunity to be here tonight. And thank you very much. We're very gracious and honored to be here to get to talk about our program.
Right, and first off, I'd just like to thank you for your service. I know that Monday was Veterans Day, but any day is great to recognize our veterans. And I know you're a veteran of the Army. You was telling me you're a Sergeant Major.
Yes.
Did 3 tours.
That's correct. That's one of the best things about football. It teaches you a lot of life lessons, and a lot of the lessons I was taught as a young man in high school and all the way through my football career is lessons I can carry in life, and it teaches you about perseverance, fighting to the end, teamwork, working together for one goal to accomplish one thing. And that's one reason I'm so fortunate to be coaching football. I get to teach those values and spend some time with young men and make their life better and just be part of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Carl, I'm going to show my age. You mentioned the NAGAF. I actually played on that field when they first built it. And I remember the goalposts, they were made out of lumber. I believe it might have been pine. They had the old-timey. Oh, right.
Not really. But yeah, you're right.
I actually played there when I was a kid, and it's really improved a lot. And over the period of time, it don't seem like it's been that long, but I actually came to your all's first game this year. And but anyway, just talk about your season this year. I know y'all won the championship in the Volunteer Football League.
Yes, we did. We played Clinton for the championship and was fortunate enough to beat them. They're a pretty good team. We have a great team. We're very well coached, very disciplined. We don't get too fancy. We run a lot of plays, but they're all very repetitive stuff, and I'm very fortunate to have a good group of coaches on all of our teams. I'm also the director there at NAGAF, so all of our teams has a lot of good coaches. But the best thing I can say about these young men, some of them, it's a little sad for me this year. Some of them I've had for 5 years, and they're moving up. And sort of, I remember a lot of them would come out on the field and would cry, and I would stop it and say, "It's mommy time. Go see your mommies." And one day it got so bad, I just said, I'm over it. Everybody go home. We'll start tomorrow. But it's been really a good experience with these young men, and I've been fortunate enough to coach them on the littlest to the hoppers. We had some of our coaches, to include myself, that's coached 2 teams, the smallest team and the next team up. And we kept a lot of continuity and run the same coaching techniques and the same plays, and it worked out good for our program. Some of these guys, other than the one game we lost year, hadn't lost a game in 40 regular season games or more. And
Wow.
Clinton beat us the first game this year, but in the other leagues for the last 4 years, we've won a championship in every division we've been in, and this year we won 2. We won the JV and the Hoppers, but it's been a great year, and I just love football, and I'm glad I'm part of the program.
You actually came to that first game. Clinton defeated y'all. I guess.
They sure did.
I guess you're glad they didn't come back anymore, right?
No, we always welcome anybody that can come, and it was, sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need a little smack in the face to let you know that you're really not good as you think you are, and make you work a little harder. And our kids dug in and was determined they weren't going to lose anymore, and they didn't.
Right. Clinton had a fine team. They were undefeated in the regular season, and me and my good friend I work with, John Faust, we've been talking about maybe having the winner of y'all's game in Clinton on here on the show, and it worked out that y'all won, and we're glad to have you all on. And if we could now, I guess we'll just go ahead and meet these young boys.
Guys, we'll start with 25. If you want to come to the microphone, just tell us your name, your position, how old you are, and let's hear who your favorite football player
This
is.
is Carl's.
This is the youngest one, last of the litter.
Peyton Manning. All right, next. Just tell us your name and how old you are and what position you play and your favorite player.
My name is Hunter, and I play safety, and my favorite football player is Peyton Manning.
It's a good one.
This is the Walker kid, right? I used to coach your dad in baseball.
My name is Ed Walker, and I play linebacker and running back, and my favorite player is probably Josh Dobbs.
Another good choice.
Very good running back right there. I was really impressed watching that young man carry the football.
My name is Jackson Davis, and I play the end. My favorite player is Patty Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
My name's Ethan Atkins. I play center and guard, and my favorite football player is Tom Brady.
What's your name again?
Hayden Atkins.
Hayden Atkins. Are you the biggest on the team? How old are you?
9. About to turn 10 in 3 weeks.
How's that arm looking? Is it getting healthy?
I'm taking off tomorrow, actually.
Awesome.
My name is Madison Phillips. I play defensive tackle, and my favorite player is Tyreek Hill.
Hey, Braxton. Braxton, step back up. I want to ask you a question. Who's your favorite player?
Tyreek Hill.
Okay. What is? I know you're a pretty good athlete. I've seen you play about every sport. Do you have a favorite sport?
Football.
Football right now, and this is your first year playing, right? I've heard some good things about you, so you just keep playing all the sports you can.
My name is Nate Wells. I'm 10, and my favorite player is Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice,
Yes.
you're going way back.
You probably watched a lot of his games growing up, didn't you? That's a good one.
Let's go.
My name's Jaden Roberts. I'm 10 years old, and I play defense, and that's it.
Who's your favorite player?
I really don't have a favorite.
Don't have a favorite player? Step back up to the mic there. What was your favorite memory of this season, this championship season?
Beating Clinton.
Beating Clinton?
That one hurt, Sleepy.
Yeah, that one hurts. All right, I asked for it.
My name is John David Gillum. I play corner and quarterback, and my favorite player is Christian McCaffrey.
Hey, John David. That's my name too. My name's John David. That's a great name. That's a football name there. Now, your dad is the head football coach at Anderson County.
Yes.
Now, does he give you a lot of tips before games and practice?
He on our off time he works me out. We all work out with him, and I throw with him, practice with him.
Do you get to light the fireworks before the game?
No.
Oh, come on.
Now, your dad was an all-state running back. You play quarterback.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer to play, quarterback or running back?
Quarterback.
Quarterback, you like to have the ball in your hands more that way, right?
Yeah.
You like to run with the ball, or you'd rather pass it?
50-50.
Just whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, John David.
My name's Britton Tackett. I'll play defensive end and running back, and my favorite player is Peyton Manning.
I'd say you're pretty quick, aren't you?
Yes.
Playing that defensive end, you go up and try to turn the play in.
Yes.
Did you have any sacks this year?
Yes.
How many sacks did you have?
I'm not really sure.
Not sure. Too many to count, right? At least 3 or 4.
Yes.
Well, congratulations on your championship.
Thank you.
John, we had big D linemen, we had small D ends, the corners were really aggressive, the safety was super, we were very blessed and good group of kids. Everybody get on? We had a few that didn't make it tonight, which was sad, but, had some stuff going on for families, but.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great group of kids.
Yeah, I understand y'all only gave up 30 points in 12 games.
That's correct. And I think we scored 373 points over the season, or 371. I only know that because one of our other coaches likes to keep numbers on this. I knew the score. We only, Clinton scored 15, one other team scored late. Yeah, it was 30 points all year long.
So Clinton scored 15 that first game, and then you only give up 15 more in the next 11 games. That's
Pretty solid.
Yes, it was.
Now,
Who's,
Coach, some of your staff's here. How many coaches do you have, and kind of what all do they do throughout the week of practice?
Trevor's sitting over there in the corner. He said he didn't have a face for TV, but he's not
trust
that
me,
bad.
I saw it.
He's not that bad. But Brian Walker is over there. Brian has been with me for 4 years. This is Trevor's first year. Eric Tackett, who can't be here tonight, or wasn't here tonight, has helped me for ever since we started together. He's helped some with it. Rod No is not here tonight.
I know Rod. I don't know him, but I know of him.
Yeah. He's been with us 2
and,
years.
I heard he's very enthusiastic, gets the kids fired up, right?
He does. My wife often says we talk about practicing and I've sort of developed a theory that after they get so full, you're not going to put any more in. But Rod is young me. He wants to practice all the time, night and day, 6 days a week. And of course we can't because of the rules, but he would like to. But he's a very good coach too. All my coaches are very
Right. Yeah, I've come to the realization that if you have a no on your team playing or coaching, then you're going to have a pretty good team. All right, because you send a lot of these boys up to Norris Middle, or Coach Richie No.
That's That's correct. And Richie does an excellent job, got a good program up there.
Okay, Carl, what's the plans? Here y'all got a few more games lined up for
Well,
the road runners.
we actually have a little bowl game we're going to be playing in Morristown, and we're doing a Rocky Top league. We picked up a couple guys from Norwood, and I think Lake City, and we're doing the combined team for that. But the most exciting thing we're trying to put together is we're going down to Atlanta, Georgia on December the 16th for a program called the Red Zone. And we'll go down and be on the Atlanta Falcons field. And,
Wow, it's really something.
Oh yeah, it's we play a lot of different teams, and it's like a 2-minute drill. And I think we do a multiple 6 or 8 games or something like that. Not a lot of time, but we get to be on the field. We get to tour the stadium and go in the locker room, see their locker room. So it'll be really cool. That's really exciting. The kids are all pumped up about that. So we're going to have to finance that, and we're trying to work that out. The parents and the players have to pay, but we're trying to put that together. But if we can do that, that'd be a great extra decision. But we do have a Rocky Top team combined, and we're going to do a bowl game as well. So that's a lot of fun. It'll be,
Sounds like your season's just beginning.
yeah, well, it's going to be. We're excited about that opportunity.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate y'all coming on tonight. Your kids, they're obviously well trained and taught more than football, so we appreciate what you and your staff do, and looks like the future's bright for yourself as well as your team. Again, thank you all for coming on, and you're always welcome.
We appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, Carl, thank you being here and all the kids. If you get one more shot of the kids.
Guys, you're on. Everybody wave home to all the fans.
Wave,
Yeah,
guys.
I'd like to one more time give a shout out. Walk on up. I want each one of y'all to come up. If you got to give a shout out to anybody.
Anybody watching back home, including your girlfriends.
Yep. Say hello to your girlfriend. Let's go, guys.
Come on up and give a shout out, John David.
Walker, let's go.
Watching at home, I hope they are. They said they were, so I'm gonna tell them when I get home.
Come on, everybody. We're giving you opportunity.
I want to shout out to my mom at home for being the best mom ever and also taking care of me and letting me do this today.
My pops is watching, and he's going to call John Williams.
He's going to call in tonight.
I want to give out the shout out to my papa because me and him practice every day. He comes over to my house.
That's awesome.
I want to give out a shout out to my brother for teaching me how to catch and kick.
I want to give a shout out to my Nana and my mom. My Nana's at home watching it right now. And I just want to thank them for being the best parents and grandparents ever.
Is that it, guys? Walker. Ian Hunter, let's go, Walker. Come on.
Come on, Walker.
Let's go, Brittany. We got 3 more.
I'm going to give a shout out to my mom because she really helps me practice a lot.
I want to give a shout out to my grandson, Papa, for always being there when I need them.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my mom for helping me clean my jersey.
Nice. Just brutally honest.
Okay, guys, is that it? We got one more. Come on up.
I want to give a shout out to my papa because without him, I wouldn't learn how to block or tackle.
Okay, well, guys, congratulations on your championship season. I know y'all are future Mavericks, so let's throw those horns up. All right.
All right, so before we get to our break, Coach, you had one more thing to say.
I just want to say something about the volunteers I have. Our season wouldn't work without the parents. They show up on time for practice. When we run late, they don't complain. When we quit early, they don't complain. The concessions, Brandy Tackett will get embarrassed, but she's helped us with the spirit packs and does a lot on the scenes. A lot of the moms, I have team moms, 3 team moms that have done a great job, and each one of them has their own task and they do it. It's an organization of volunteers, and it really works well because of the volunteers.
Right, that's the backbone right there. You have to have that support from the parents and volunteers as well. It's a lot that goes into having a youth football team.
Absolutely.
But Carl, once again, congratulations on your season, and good luck in the future, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir, for having me. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. We're going to take our first break of the night. Our phone lines are open, 865-483-8112. This is the Locker Room Chat, and we'll be right back.
Stand right there, guys, and get a photo.
At Earl F. Subaru, our reputation has been built on taking care of customers. We're Tennessee's only 8-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. This year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. This means you can be sure you'll have an excellent experience when you visit our store and be proud you're dealing with a company that gives back to local causes. Read our online reviews, then come to Earl F. Subaru in Harriman.
Take I-40 to exit 347 in Harriman, or check all our specials at duffsubaru.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well...
And if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
For 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods has been a leader in supplying the highest quality equipment and apparel for sports teams throughout East Tennessee. Athletes, fans, and coaches alike rely on the knowledge and experience that only Reno's can provide. For the best in team sports, shop Reno Sporting Goods.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation, Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers, a member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
At Earl F. Subaru, our reputation has been built on taking care of customers. We're Tennessee's only 8-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. This year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. This means you can be sure you'll have an excellent experience when you visit our store and be proud you're dealing with a company that gives back to local causes. Read our online reviews, then come to Earl F. Subaru in Harriman.
Take I-40 to exit 347 in Harriman, or check all our specials at duffsubaru.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
By Anderson County's head coach, Coach Gillum, correct?
Yes, sir.
See, I'm learning. I'm picking up on this Anderson County football
Right.
stuff.
You
Being
got a
from
lot
Rome
to
County.
learn.
It's took about 3 years, but I'm starting to figure out who's who. But we've gone from the little leagues to the big leagues. We're joined by the Anderson County Mavericks. They've had an incredible season so far, and a big rematch this Friday in the second round of the TSSAA playoffs. So, Coach, just thanks for joining us. If you could tell us a little bit about your season. We know it's been pretty well for you all, and just talk about some of the highlights of your season and the preparation that's gone into this week.
It's been a great year, like you said. The boys, we lost a generational team last year. I think we lost 22 seniors, the most we've had since I've been there, and some of them just superstar type kids. I don't want to name them because there's so many of them. But we had set some high standards over the last few years, and this group, even though a little bit young and inexperienced, as far as playing time on Friday nights, have honestly worked harder than any group we've had. In the winter workouts, the spring workouts, summer workouts, just didn't miss at all. And halfway through the summer, us coaches thought, you know what, we may shock some people, because people show up, people work hard, you can get better like that. And sure enough, you reap what you sow, and this group has put the time in, put the work in, and we're at 9-1 regular season, 10-1 right now, and played great all year. Just every week we've gotten better, and the experience has paid off, and it's been a complete team effort. Tonight we got our lineman with us, and Stone Cummins, because he's an extension of the line, is our tight end H-back. And so many kids have played well. It's not been just one or just two. It's every position, both sides of the ball, special teams. But really, that offensive line has been a huge part of it. We've dominated the line of scrimmage this year.
Davey, if you would, let's talk about your coaching career and how you wound up in Anderson County. I know you played at Anderson County, all-state running back, and just talk about your coaching career and coming to Anderson County. That's sort of an interesting story.
Like I said, I played at Anderson County. I graduated in '97 and played for Coach Kerr there. Had a wonderful time. And after my playing career, I went to UT for a year as a invited walk-on, ended up at East Tennessee State. I stayed on there as a graduate assistant coach for 3 years there as a DB coach. And a buddy of mine took the head job at Pikeville College, and I went up there as an offensive coordinator for a couple of years. And we were fairly successful on offense, and met my wife there, who was a tennis player. And we got married and wanted to have a more stable life, to build a family, so we moved back home, found a church in Scott County we went to. A guy that went to that church was a head coach at Scott County, and I started coaching for him. And after a year, he stepped aside and wanted me to take over, and I was head coach there 3 years. And when Coach Kerr stepped away, my home school came calling, and we had, even though Scott County wasn't overly successful, we had done pretty well there. And all along the way, I've always had my brother with me, Russ. He was with me at Scott County, played for me at Pikeville. So the success I've had at AC, success I've had at Pikeville or Scott County, he's been a huge part of that. And then Jonathan Chapel, my DC, he's been like a brother to me and Russ the whole time. He was my quarterback coach at Pikeville. He coached for me at Scott County. So us three have been together everywhere. My name's the one that, takes the glory for the wins and the heat for the losses and that kind of thing. But those guys have been just a bigger part of our success as I have.
Right, and I know you took over at Anderson County in 2009, and Coach Lambert, who's at Oneida, initially took the job when Coach Kerr left, and Coach Lambert decided that he needed to be back home with his family closer.
Yeah,
so
we were making the opposite trips. I was living in the end of Grantsboro, which is very end of Campbell County, driving to Scott County. Coach Lambert was living on the other side of Oneida, driving to Anderson County. And
so y'all pass each other?
We did talk a lot. Coach Lambert took over and was Coach Kerr's DC the year after I graduated. But a lot of my friends, my brother, still played at AC, and I knew Coach Lambert very well. We were friends. I helped coach middle school ball for Coach Lambert and Coach Kerr when I was younger and in college and things. And I did summer maintenance with Coach Lambert and Coach Kerr, and they were trying to get me to come coach with them at AC. And just I was going to church in Scott County at the time, and I felt like it was better for my family for us to be tighter knit. And, I think the Lord just worked it out where Coach Lambert went home, where he spent more time with his family. It made it easier for me to be home in Anderson County, where I'm from, and get to spend more time with my family. And it looks like it's worked out well for both of us.
Right. It's been a very successful tenure you've had at Anderson County thus far, and I know you've had some really outstanding players. And let's meet some of the current crop right now.
I'll let them introduce themselves. We got some good ones, and again, this is our O-line and Stone Cummins, and we've had a really successful year, shocking year for a lot of people. But these guys are one of the biggest reasons why they've dominated the line of scrimmage against some of the biggest and best 5A teams in East Tennessee.
Guys, if you'll let us know your name, your position, what year you are, and just a little bit about your team in the season.
I'm a senior and I'm a center.
Gage is also my nephew.
Oh, is your nephew?
I'm Russell Lindsay. I play right guard and linebacker, and I'm a junior.
My name is Jacob McCall. I play right tackle and defensive tackle, and I'm a senior.
My name's Thomas Payne. I play left tackle, and I'm a senior.
My name is Matthew Murphy. I'm a senior and I play left guard and defensive tackle.
I'm Stone Cummins. I play middle linebacker and tight end, H-back, and I'm a junior.
I need to get in touch with some of their barbers. They've got some nice cuts going on.
That would be my brother. All the linemen got together and went with, I don't know if they're mullets or skullets, what they call them, but for our first game, they stayed out there Thursday night and shaved each other's heads.
Business in the front, party after the games.
Hey, guys, each one of y'all talk about this season. I know coming in, it was sort of some talk, maybe a rebuilding year. I know you lost some great teammates last year, a great senior class, and you guys come in with the chip on your shoulder. I think probably not getting a lot of respect, even though you're getting respect in the statewide. You've been ranked all year, but locally it seemed like not as much. But you've definitely earned that. Just talk about the season thus far, Gage, and everybody. See.
Yeah, we definitely came in with a chip on our shoulder. Just not a lot of respect from a lot of teams around here locally, but we saw the hard work that was being put in by everybody. People were showing up constantly, and we were pushing each other. Just we knew the talent we had and the season that we could have, so we pushed each other to be our best. And the Lions took it kind of personally, try to be the best we could this year, and just be the best of our abilities.
Okay, Stone. What was your opinion coming into this season? What was your outlook? Do you think you could get to at this position that you're in now?
Everybody was saying that we were rebuilding this year. I don't think we rebuild. We reload and we get ready to come at you every year. So it don't really matter how many we lose. We're always going to come play football.
Papa Murphy. So y'all have a really good PA announcer up there, so I love all his nickname for y'all. So you go both ways?
Yes, sir. I had some big shoes to fill, especially on defense, because last year Trano took up my spot, and I just had to play the best of my ability to be as much like him as possible and play nasty and physical.
Did you start last year?
No, sir.
Didn't? Huh. Okay.
Now, y'all have got a big game Friday night, kind of a rematch of last year. I'm sure y'all haven't mentioned that at all this week at practice, but how's that on your minds, and what all have y'all been preparing for this week at practice?
Yeah, we've had a pretty physical week so far. We've snow got in our way, but we're still able to get some work in. We got great coaches, put us in the best position, and we're just ready for Friday.
And I've seen the intro to y'all's games. It's pretty different. Not many people in the state have that. The greatest show on turf, maybe, is what I've heard it called. What's that like? Is that fun? I know not a lot of people will get to do that. Is it intimidating to the other teams? And are you wearing a Spidey mask or anything like that when you come out?
It's very fun to do on Fridays, and I know I would be pretty intimidated if I was the other team, but all of that's thanks to our O-line coach, Russ Gillum. We couldn't do any of it without him. He organizes everything, fireworks, the gas, all of it.
All right, and our last question, what's one thing y'all are going to have to do Friday night to come out with a victory? One thing maybe you've worked to improve upon this week at practice?
I just think we got to come out more physical, and we just got to be prepared and ready. And, we've talked about with, Everhart and Youngblood coming off low and everything, and I think we're pretty up for it, and I think we're ready. And it's just we're going to have to come out and fight Friday night.
Now, Russell, I know you play on defensive line or linebacker.
I switch in between.
Move you around. Where was you playing at last week when you got that interception?
I was playing linebacker.
That pick six.
Okay. Yeah, it's crazy.
You didn't almost get caught, did you?
It's close.
How far was that?
I think it was 27 yards.
27, okay, yeah.
Speed demon. All right, guys. Well, y'all have got a big game Friday night. We appreciate y'all coming on. It's not often we get a team of y'all's quality on here, and we're thankful that y'all made it out here. So good luck Friday night, and we know you'll advance to the third round.
Could have liked to talk to Stone again. Hey, Stone, I believe you're a preseason All-State coming in, just a junior. Are you getting any letters this year, just being a junior?
I get some, but I'm not a big accolade guy. Team success is always better than personal success. I don't really care nothing about personal awards.
That's a good answer.
Right. You got all of y'all got outstanding future ahead of you. I've been keeping up with y'all this year. I know, Stone, I think you lead the team in tackles, and
I get lucky sometimes.
But you also get to carry the ball some this year, right?
Like I said, I get lucky sometimes.
Very humble young man. So
I appreciate it.
But good luck Friday night.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Coach. Well, you got a good group of guys with you. I think that can be that's a known. That's a done deal. And they probably get that from y'all and your staff. Right. And we know y'all are in for a good game Friday night. We hope y'all come out victorious.
Thank you. It'll be a big one. Everybody that can, we can use the support Friday night.
That's 7 o'clock, right?
7 o'clock kickoff, and Greenville travels well. There'll be a lot of people all around East Tennessee come watching this, but it definitely goes a long way to have a big home crowd there.
Well done. Coach Gillum, you mentioned some of your assistant coaches earlier, and I think y'all have a really good coaching staff, and that's a big part of your success.
There's no doubt about that. I think the best thing I've done as a head coach is the Lord's just surrounded me with good people. And really, for me, I've always tried to get high character people, and then we've worked on the football part. But I've already talked about Russ and John and the job they've done, but Coach Jesse, got him in a few years ago as our OC. He's done an outstanding job on the offensive side of the ball. Helping, really took a ton off of me. Coach Terry, who's also our assistant head coach and athletic director, he does so much for our team and community from the administrative side. And we've just got so many guys, and each of them have their job, and Everybody takes their job seriously, and as much as I take the head coaching job serious, John takes that part on the DC, and Russ does on the OL, and Jesse does the OC, and GT does on a lot of the admin stuff, and Russ does on the Friday night intros, and there's just so many pieces that go into that, and our PA guy Ron Williams does it up top, and there's just so many people that make what we do go that's a lot bigger than me, and I'm fortunate to have them all.
Right. I think y'all are the most successful team in our coverage area zone. I believe 34-3 is your record last 3 years, including this year. 3 region championships in a row. Haven't lost a region game. Back-to-back undefeated regular seasons, quarterfinal appearance, and no, we ain't talked much about it tonight. You know, they say the white elephant in the room. We'll call it the green elephant. Greenville. Just before we go out, just touch on Greenville and.
Yeah, they're probably, you know, I don't even want to compare us to them right now. They've got back-to-back state championships. We're probably in the last 5 years or 4 years, the second most successful 4A team in the state of Tennessee. But they're first, and they've separated themselves even from us, even though it's been that game that separated them from us. They've went 15-0. They've won 2 state titles. All the things we do, they do. They've got great off-season programs. They're tough and they're physical. They're very well coached. And I'd like to think our program's made some big strides. A lot of it has to do with the kids we've had in the last 4 years and the accountability they've brought to our program and the standard they've helped us as coaches push from the accountability and work side of it, and all the coaches you talked about. So I believe we've covered a lot of ground as a program, and I believe our program's continuing to head in the right direction in that sense. But like Russ said a minute ago, this game's going to come down to who's more physical. Last year, we came in for a ball game and they came in for a fight, and that won't happen again this year.
Right, I seen a quote that they're going to be surprised by the intensity y'all bring.
Yeah, if they win, they're going to earn it, but we will not be shocked by the intensity of this game again.
I like it. All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us. Good luck Friday night. We're going to take our last break of the night. We got a caller on hold, so stay with us. 865-483-8112. This is the Locker Room Chat, and we will be right back.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Tennessee who take part in high school sports.
At Earl F. Subaru, our reputation has been built on taking care of customers. We're Tennessee's only 8-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. This year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. This means you can be sure you'll have an excellent experience when you visit our store and be proud you're dealing with a company that gives back to local causes. Read our online reviews, then come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
Take I-40 to exit 347 in Harriman, or check all our specials at duffsubaru.com.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Chat. Our phone lines are open, 865-483-8112. Sleepy, as big of a legend as you are in your community, the guest we've brought on next, Mr. Justin Gambrell, is just as big of a, he's almost like Paul Bunyan. He's a legend at Rockwood High School and at Rome County. So we're just thrilled to have him on the show tonight. He's going to be doing our guest picks in place of Mr. Hagan, who
on assignment again. He's on assignment. He's in Columbia, Missouri, getting ready. These Gators.
Big Gator fan.
Thank you for having me.
What do you think about it? You've been here all night. You kind of been watching from the sidelines. A lot of people rolling in and out here tonight.
Yeah, you know, to see a lot of those young kids. You know, I'm a teacher myself, so I get to see them on a daily basis. It's just great seeing them succeeding on and off the field.
So you're a teacher at Rockwood?
I'm a teacher. I'm also an assistant girls basketball coach.
Oh, really? Wow. So how's the Lady Tigers looking this year?
We're young, but there's a lot to be excited about this year. I think we'll have a much better year than last year.
Right. Basketball is just right around the corner, and this
starting next Monday, I think. Is that when games start next Monday?
Yes, yeah.
So it's here, and as soon as football starts, it's over, and before long they'll be playing baseball. So again, our Tigers took a loss last week against probably just a bigger team up front, and I think that's what probably did us in.
They were very physical. Got a great group of seniors though. I'd be remiss without saying, you know, they've done a great job all year. They could have folded up tent multiple times, but they came back, worked hard every week, and had a really successful season.
Yeah, I actually picked Rockwood last week. South Green came into that game ranked number 6 in Class AA, and I guess they were worth their ranking. I picked the Tigers to go up there and win, but you reckon South Green, did they get any some of Greenville's players that can't cut it?
You know, I'm not sure. There were a lot of kids out there who were, you know, pretty tough, very athletic group. I think they're underrated because I think a lot of the schools up there, people take them for granted, kind of. Very, very exciting team up there.
We'll see what they're made of. They travel to Meigs County this week.
It'll be a tough one. Sleepy, you've got some of our games this week. We've got a little bit more time than we normally do, so maybe we can get into a little bit more in depth in those games. Who all have you got for us?
Right. Well, just looking back at last week in our local teams, Harriman, they bowed out to Cloudland. I think both me and you both missed that one.
We missed that one, Sleepy.
It's 28-7 Cloudland, and they're going to be taking on the Oliver Springs Bobcats. Bobcats be traveling up to Rome Mountain. They might have still some snow on that field up there.
They might, and Gabriel, correct me if I'm wrong, but if Oliver Springs wins that game, they'll get the host. Is that correct?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I know it's 1-2, but for some reason,
I want to say that's the 4th round.
In the 4th round, okay.
Yeah.
Right, they would be at Greenback, winner of that, Cofield.
And then we've got Greenback and Cofield. That'll be at Greenback. That's going to be a tough game for the Yellow Jackets.
But the Bobcats, they won their 5th game in a row last week, or correction, their 6th game in a row, and had the same score as the Cofield win. Both teams won 42-6.
Interesting.
But Trey Boswell, he had a 51-yard run early. I think he ended up with 150 yards rushing, and they pretty much took care of business early.
They did. Let's take a look at the Class 2A playoff bracket. Looks like Oneida's going to travel to Hampton Friday night. The records might look a little bit different, but Gambrell, you've seen Oneida play. They're a hard-nosed team. That'll be a ball game.
They're a big physical team. I would expect Oneida to win that one. Well coached. Coach Lambert has a great reputation, not only in the region but throughout the state as a great game planner and just a motivator in general.
And then, as we touched on, South Green travels to Meigs County, and they'll be in for a dogfight.
Did the Swafford kid get injured? I heard some reports last week for Meigs County that Mr. Football had an injury, but haven't.
I think he did get injured. I'm not sure he's out for Friday night, but I know he did. He did get injured to some extent, but I don't think he'll at least.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay and be able to come back and play.
All right, let's take a look at 3A. Kingston travels to Austin East for a rematch. Austin East was victorious earlier in the year by, I think, 2 touchdowns. Kingston still without Marcus Rose. Had a big win last week against Chucky Doak. Really just went up there and put it on them and took care of business. But they'll be in for a fight this Friday night at Austin East. And Gatlinburg Pittman defeats Unicoi County. They'll also be taking on the Alcoa Tornadoes, and we know probably what's going to happen there, don't we, Sleepy?
Yeah, that's probably a tornado there, and Alcoa touchdown during the course of the night. But your Kingston Yellow Jackets, Coach Pankey called in the scoreboard show Friday night, and he said on that earlier meeting, I think it was a week 3 meeting earlier in the year, it was like 22-all, with about 8 minutes to go in that game.
Yeah, and then it just kind of fell apart for the Jackets at the end. So hopefully they can put up a better match Friday night. That ought to be a well-traveled game for the Jackets as well. Let's take a look at 4A.
Big game of the week.
Sullivan South is going to travel to Elizabethton. And I don't think anybody from Sullivan South is probably watching, so their season's probably going to be over Friday night. And then the big game, Anderson County will host Greenville. Gambrell, you're kind of close to this neck of the woods. What do you think about that game?
I think Anderson County, from last year, learning from that loss, I think they'll be able to take that into this season and probably pull out a victory, especially with a tough schedule like they play.
Right, and that's the my VLT game of the week Friday night. So if you can't make it to Anderson County, it will be on TV. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. But that's just an outstanding matchup. Once again, these teams meeting for the 3rd time. I think this game will be much like maybe the first meeting they had a couple years ago when Greenville came back to win a close game. Last year's game, Greenville, I thought, could have been maybe the best team in the state of Tennessee. They were that good, and but this year's game is be more like that first meeting from 2017. So
let's check out 5A. Gibbs travels to Central. Daniel Boone travels to South Dual. Look for South Dual to. I'm going to say they're going to win that game. Not too familiar with Gibbs and Central. I know they both had good seasons, so that'll probably be a more competitive game, I would think, than South Doyle and Daniel Boone.
Right, Gibbs just beat Central in the last week of the regular season, and they went up to Tennessee High, Bristol, and upset the #1 team out of that region. So the Gibbs Eagles are flying high. They'll be coming into Fountain City. It'll be an interesting matchup.
Well, let's take a look at the other 5A. Powell, who Gambrell with some breaking news. Powell might be in a little bit of trouble, right, Gambrell? We don't know, allegedly.
From everything I had read, there was some investigation going on from TSSAA. I read that from Jesse Smithy at 5 Star Preps, but without any more information, you really can't comment too much.
Well, we know you keep your ear to the ground, and you'll get with your sources tonight and probably give us some breaking news. And Oak Ridge, your Wildcats travel to Knox West. Knox West 10-1, Oak Ridge 6-5, but they've came on strong. Big win against Saudi Daisy, and they've kind of peaked at the right time, so that could be a good game as well. Let's finish off with 6A. Bearden travels to Dobbins Bennett, and Farragut will travel to Maryville. So you've got to think Maryville, possibly the best team in the entire state, one of, will defeat Farragut. Dobbins Bennett probably beats Bearden. Bearden still with a record below 500, but able to beat 9-1 McMinn County last week. So you never know, Sleepy.
Right, Bearden's playing well right now. They've actually on a winning streak, so they could possibly go up there and knock off DB. And the Farragut played Maryville pretty tough in the regular season, but it's just tough to beat Maryville.
And those are our class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6A brackets. Sleepy, let's go over some of our picks. We've got a few minutes left. I think you've still got the lead.
Yeah, overall I got the lead by 6 games over you and 7 over Matt, but Matt won the first round of the playoffs last week. He went 7-3, me and you went 6-4, so.
He's already sent his picks in for this week, so he's ready. And we're fired up to have Gambrell here picking tonight. I guarantee you, however many games we got, he's going that no. He won't miss one.
Okay, our first game is Oliver Springs traveling to Cloudland.
We'll let the Oliver Springs alumni go first.
I would take Oliver Springs. I just think they have an offense that travels, that they can play anywhere.
What is it, Coach Kegley? Air traffic control will be on alert, so I'm going to go with the Bobcats as well.
Yeah, I'll go with Oliver Springs to win and that much anticipated matchup with Greenback next week. Cofield, well, I spoiled that pick. Cofield's going to Greenback. That's going to be tough. Who you got in that one, Chase?
I'm going to go, with all respect to Mr. Brad Jones, I'm going to go with Greenback.
Right, Greenback's won 9 in a row after starting 0-2 and really playing good football.
Yeah, I'll take Greenback, and probably a pretty chippy game, but Greenback.
Oneida at Hampton. Gambrell mentioned that. I like what he said. I like Oneida going to Hampton and getting the win.
Give me Coach Lambert all day.
Oneida.
All right, Kingston at Austin East. Gambrell, what you got? Austin East won 6 in a row.
I'm going to take Austin East over the Jackets.
I'm going to fade Gambrell and go with Coach Pankey.
I'll go with Trey Foster, quarterback, Austin East. He's pretty special. Give me the Roadrunners. Red Bank is traveling to Upperman. That's sort of out of our region, but that's a game worth picking. I'm going to go with the Bees, Upperman Bees.
The Bees and Knees, and Jeff Upshaw Inman comes out with a victory.
Yeah, I'll take Upperman too.
Greenville at Anderson County. Chase.
Greenville.
Give me Anderson County.
I'm going to go with Anderson County to break through and get over that stumbling block. That is the Greenville Green Devils. Give me the Mavericks. Oak Ridge traveling to West, 10-1.
West.
I'll take West as well, but it could be much closer than the first meeting. Gibbs at Central. Gibbs defeated Central at home a couple weeks ago, but I think the Bobcats pull out another win here.
Bobcats.
Central in the rematch.
Daniel Boone traveling to South Dole. South Dole's playing really good. Who you got, Gambrell?
I'm going South Doyle on that one.
Give me South Doyle as well.
I'll take Elijah Young and South Dole. In our last game, Ray County at Powell.
Give me Ray County because by Friday, Powell will be deemed ineligible.
I'll take Powell.
I'll take Powell as well.
That does it for the Locker Room Show. Thanks.